Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Enhanced Edition. Now, first of all, there is one thing that I completely forgot about in the previous episode, and that is one of the very, very big and very, very good changes to Enhanced Edition. I was kind of thinking that I couldn't access my wolf, but that is so far from the truth that it's just, because they've actually added the animal companions at the bottom of the portrait screen, so I can click here and then the wolf will appear here. So let's actually make him something that he's supposed to be instead of having one hit point. So we're going to pick the bully because that gives him the trip ability, which is rather nice. And we are going to give him some skills as well, perception, and I think mobility will be suitable for our good friend Mr. Wolf here. Now for the level ups for him. Let me just check here quickly. I think we are going to go with the Furious 4 because this adds dexterity bonus to the roll when trying to trip, and well, I don't think I can see his stats here, but he does have higher dexterity than strength, that I do remember. Now, as for a name, hold on, I really need to make a name list available, so I'll make sure to do that before the next episode. Hold on, please. There we go. I'm going to swap a little bit around on the Patreon names that I was using in this last series. So I think this will be Xethlorien. I'm going to just ignore the birth date here. There we go. Now he has 7 hit points and I can actually do things more properly. Let's head on above here.
Thanks, Lann. You're so awesome, Lann.
Yeah. Ooh, there is an 8-legged demon over here. Let me just check the...
I'll prove I'm the best.
Please. Let's check their weapons. You're using a longbow. That's fine. You don't have an armor. You can have these bracers then. Wenduag, you're also using a longbow. You have very high dexterity. Do you have the... No, you do not have the... I don't remember the name of this. Weapon finesse, that's the one I was looking for. Okay, you can both be bow wielders then. Let's put them behind on each side and go with a party composition looking like this.
I crave
Doubt
your
is the
commands.
art's greatest challenge.
We are apparently flat-footed. Can you charge it? No, it's too far away. No, I don't think we're flat-footed. I think it's a surprise round, actually. I'm actually a little bit amused by... I have the difficulty set higher than I did in my last playthrough, but this is surprisingly easy. Take those things and that, and apparently we can get across this.
The mongrel did it.
No idea what's in here. Ah, earth elementals. Ugh. I think we should be good.
I'll bathe in your blood.
They don't really have any special abilities except for the fact that they're very tanky, so... you stay there.
They'll beg me to stop.
Although they just have an armor class of 7, it would appear. Yep, that's the tripping.
You've crossed the wrong mark.
Yeah, this is a lot easier than I thought it would be.
I found something.
A wand of cure light wounds. We can give that to Camellia, I think. And out we go again.
Thanks, Lann. You're so awesome, Lann. Meditate on your mistakes. Yet another option to make you feel better.
I thought it was going to say meditate on this. I think we'll hold back a bit. Ah, it's there. Rather, it was there, and there's another one there.
I'll cut you wide open.
What a bizarre sound. I think I want to change her longbow with this. Actually, I think I want to give this to Cal. That gives us a +1 to attack. She has +7 with that, and I think that is reduced by this. Yes, it is. So let's just keep that the way things are currently. She can have this padded armor. Yeah. Yep. I'm happy. More spiders. Charge.
What's that there?
No match for me.
Yeah, let's pick up these things. A masterwork greatsword. Wenduag glances at Lann, who is fixing his slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. And that's why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Sull. I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Wenduag leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I've spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought. But we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge. It's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night. And if you close your eyes and listen, you hear whispers right behind you and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. Wenduag looks away. I had to learn from my friend's mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again. And it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going, or because Lann believes that a glowing sword will solve all our problems. Lann is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels. Lann. A Wenduag grimaces and a guttural husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sull is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lann's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, or whatever's left of them, without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. Wenduag slows. You and your friends. You can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. I'll think about it. Let's go. Wenduag nods. Don't show the chief the light and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. She's kinda conniving. To Neathholm. On that note, I need to take a quick break, so be right back. There we go, onwards to Neathholm. Of course, Caledon Cleaning Service will make sure that we clean up anything that is worth looting here, but let's go up to the chief first and foremost. Your first impression of the mongrel village is of a squalid dump with the odors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white Eilish fish, while others are repairing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. A heavyset aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way toward you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth, and you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Uplanders, eh? End times are upon us indeed. Chief Sull, we found the angel's sword, and we found the one who can wield it. Lann points at you. He had a vision, and now the angel's sword together with the light of heaven are somehow inside him. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive, and we can go save them. Sull raises his hand with ragged, broken fingernails. Ah, Lann, always dreaming, always talking. You're too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you in trouble. Sull eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light of heaven. That's too good for us. Our kind don't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Lann trusts people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lann? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show the light. A Wenduag stares at you intently like a cat watching a bird and shakes her head in warning. Lann speaks the truth. The heavenly flame flares to life at your unspoken command. Bright, pure, dancing with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam passing through stained glass. The mongrels abandon their tasks and stare, transfixed. The light is bright, but not blinding. It is warm, but its warmth is soul deep. Sull is silent for a while. Tears are streaming down his wide, pale face, but the old man doesn't even care to wipe them away. So, it's true. The angel did not forsake us, no. He came. Back from the dead he came to save our children. Lann gives you a nod of thanks. The scaled half of his face is indifferent, but the human half is visibly relieved, as if he wasn't sure all this time that he would support him. Wenduag hisses at you like an angry cat. See these fishermen and these hunters, these husks of men and women? Their blood will be on your hands. We have the blessing of the angels. We will survive and help the young tribesmen. Idiot! You see a bright light and now you think even the maze is no match for you? You always think the worst, Wendu. We're not on our own in this anymore. We've got allies. Well, a couple at least, but one good fighter's worth 10 bad ones. You have the right of it, Lann, but we're neithers. We're going to wait. I sent a messenger to summon all the tribes. It will take time, yes, but they will all come. They will all come for the light. Wait, Lann. Wait, Uplanders. Rest a while in one of our huts. Our home is your home. Lann sighs. All right, Chief. Understood. Let's hope that a few hours is the difference between life and death for those kids. If they ask me what took us so long, I'll tell them that it was your decision. Wenduag only grits her teeth in silence. Sull heaves himself around to face you. Eh? Can I just clarify, are we Uplanders prisoners or guests here? Have you drawn weapons against us? No. Have you killed us? No. Have you stolen our food? No. Guests. What are you going to do now? The messenger is swift. He will rally all the tribes, all of them. The angel's light is with us, so we will follow it. Now you go, rest, eat. I want to ask a few questions. Sull nods. Aye? Tell me about mongrels. Yeah? Ah. Well, we're the Crusaders under the ground. The children of the first Crusaders. The Worldwound touches everyone. Look at us. We are all marked by it. The Uplanders didn't like it. They drove us down here. But we have a secret. Sull's one good eye twinkles slyly. We're waiting. When the shield maze falls, that is the end of our lives down here. We will go up to the surface to fight. Until then, we don't. Our place is here. But now we have all seen the light of heaven. Now we can go. What other signs do we need? We must fulfill our Crusader duty. Tell me about Wenduag. Ah, Wenduag. Our beauty, our huntress. Who is more skilled than Wenduag? There are braver fighters, yes, but brave doesn't mean skilled. Wenduag is the only one to go into the maze and come out again. The others listen to everything she has to say. And Lann? Lann... Sull makes a vague gesture. He's not one of us. No, not one of us. His father was one of us, but his mother? No. They took him up to the surface. They ruined him as a child. Then they came back, but he wasn't one of us. A good hunter, yes, but he feels trapped down here. But he can't go up there either. It's not safe. He wouldn't last a gong. Thank you for your answers. It's no matter. I want to look around here. Now Paladon cleaning service to the rescue, making sure that there is no garbage or thrash or anything lying around. Rather, trash. I mean, this place needs a good cleanup. Ah, a human face at last. There I thought that I'd be gazing upon the twisted visages of these troglodytes for the rest of my life. An elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approaches you. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and bruises and twisted in an expression of extreme discontent. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Gwerm. Yes, that Gwerm. You no doubt have heard of me if you've spent any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you. Your name tells me nothing. Who are you? You truly are freshly arrived in the city, then. You couldn't have picked a worse time, that's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you are looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Kenabres. I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but the Gwerm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city, I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have Horgus Gwerm to thank for that. How did you end up here? For a moment, Horgus's eyes focus on Camellia before his gaze returns to you. Sure what that was. Like everyone else, down I went when that accursed beetle cleaved the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm doubly lucky that I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings and instead came across hunters from this settlement. Although I must say that when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But they turned out to be decent chaps. Frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain. You don't speak very kindly of the mongrels, even though they saved your life. Pah! Kind words are for people with hours to fritter away on pleasantries. Horgus Gwerm speaks his mind, and he pays for services rendered not with kind words, but with hard coin. I gave the mongrels my dagger in exchange for their help. Its handle is worth more than their whole village. What kind of business proposition? I don't know what is happening on the surface right now, but I am determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there is anything left of it. Are you a medium or some kind of an oracle? It's not my field of expertise, but I can see that although you don't wear any divine symbols, you do have divine power. Don't worry, I'm not one of the inquisitors from Hulrun's gang. I don't care about such things. What matters for me is the reliability of my potential companion. You are strong, it will be no trouble to you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was. I can't go crawling about through caves playing at scouts. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins. I suggest we help this man. It is good to have friends among the Kenabres elites. 2,000 gold. Why not 10,000? Or 100? No, let's not be miserly. Let's say 1,000,000. My initial offer was a king's ransom. You've likely never seen so much gold in all your life. It's non-negotiable. I said 1,000, and that's my final offer. Deal. Splendid. In the meantime, I shall sit here, in the village. We have to go. Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. Pity we failed that check. But. think this is the way we came. It's a very ugly fish. A first aid kit, okay. More very ugly fish. Here's an Anevia and Horgus sitting at the table. Let's just finish up looting the place. This appears to be a merchant. Oh, I should mention that, yes, I have played most of this before, so I know quite a bit about what's going to happen, who says what and so forth. And I also expect that some of you watching this might also remember or have played yourself. But I'm presenting the video as if I don't know the story, or rather the series, as if I don't know the story. Just for the benefit of new viewers, and I don't want to spoil things for those who haven't watched or don't know what's happening or going to happen. I don't think there's anything else we can loot here, so let's talk to these guys. This tragedy may not have happened if you'd spent less time surveying honest citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us they were cultists, then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. Horgus and Anevia sit some distance apart, sniping at one another in an idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. Anevia, how's the leg? Anevia scrunches up her nose. Well, it hasn't fallen off yet, so that's good. They've bandaged me up, and all nice, and smeared some stinking stuff on the wound, so it looks like I'm going to live. They said wait a day, and I'll be right as rain. So, I'm waiting. What's the bad blood between you two about? It's an old matter. Miss Tirabade here had the notion of spying on me, then of rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Cultists don't tend to look like cultists, you know. That's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Gwerm, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh, yeah, magical weapons. How was I supposed to know that all the rigmarole with middlemen was so you could anonymously donate supplies to the crusade? Don't you see? I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. Horgus Gwerm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make those donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang a sign outside my door welcoming in every sponger, leech, and parasite in the city. I appreciate your help for the crusade. No jokes, you're an alright bloke, but carrying on secret dealings in a city that's teeming with cultists is a huge pain in the backside for us lot whose job it is to keep an eye on that sort of thing. What do you think is happening in the city now? Perhaps the city's no more. If the Skari himself appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off on writing our obituaries just yet? The city's full of fighters, and besides that, it's barely a stone's throw from Nerosian. I think our people will hold on long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't the Skari's home turf. He's gonna have to retreat or else fight off the whole Mandevian army. What do you think of the mongrels? I thought they were just a story. The sort of thing drunks in the taverns would come out and with. Now I discover that it's true. Well, what can I possibly think of them? The poor creatures are most unfortunate with their faces and their minds so deformed. It's a miracle they're even alive. The part that boggles my mind is that they're the descendants of the first Crusaders. All these years they've been living beneath our feet, in caves in the dirt. If I'd known the legends about them were true, I'd have dedicated my life to getting them out of this place. To what end? The people of Kenabres would have stoned them on sight, and Prelate Halrun would have had them tossed on the pyre en masse. Whatever the ills of this place, it is their home. How long do you think they would have survived on the surface? What are you going to do when you get back to the surface? I'm going to go home. Last I knew, I owned a very fine mansion. I shall see if it's still standing, or if I'm now homeless. And I'm going to find Irabeth. She's my wife and the leader of the Eagle Watch. As long as she lives, she won't allow Kenabres to fall. We have to go. Go on then, and don't dilly-dally. The sooner we get out of here, the likelier we are to find some people still alive up there. Take care of yourselves. And we leveled up here. So let's do the leveling up. I'll do the wolf Xethlorien. No, he didn't level up actually. Okay, let's see. I need to review my papers. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Now I think it's supposed to... Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. So, for the first level here, that it doesn't do anything at all. Arcana, World, Religion, and Persuasion. That's about it. Sila. I think it's the same thing here, really. I don't know why I would spend points in that for her. So, Knowledge, World, Perception, and... Use Magic Device, I guess? Camellia, I'm not going to keep her in the group, so I'm going to just level her up according to what's needed currently, I think. So, Trickery, definitely. I guess Mobility is fine. It's a waste to put Mobility on her. Let's take Lore Nature. She gets a Hex. Now the Hexes are very good, but I don't really need Hexes, so we'll take Fortune though. Lann, on the other hand, we definitely want to level up in a different manner. I'm going to go with the same build for Lann as I did in my Lich playthrough. So he's going to be a hunter, specifically a Divine Hound hunter. As for his skills, we're going to go with Athletics, Mobility, and Lore Nature and Perception. Now we will give him... That's interesting, then we can give him a dog. No, a wolf. I am going to give him large, strength 8, -2, +4. It's the same on both of them, actually. I kind of prefer the wolf over the dog due to the speed. So I'm going to go with the wolf then. Spells, we are going to take Hurricane Bow and Cure Light Wounds. Wenduag, we are not going to have her in our group anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Perception and athletics. Bonus combat feat. She only has the one for... no, she doesn't have the one for longbow, so she'll take that one then. And then Xethlorien leveled up. And Xethlorien, let's see. Too much papers. Way too much papers. Yeah, there is nothing here except for the skill points, so... And that's our entire party. Let's check with the merchant. I don't think she has anything of interest, but we might be able to sell stuff to her. I don't feel like talking to her, so let's just do the basic trading stuff. Let's sell all of the generic crap items that we don't need. We'll keep these. Keep the crafting ingredients as well. Don't need the light shields. We don't need the flail. We don't need the karma. We don't need a light mace or a longsword. Or we'll keep those two masterwork items for now. Yeah. Now I don't think she sells anything of interest to us at the current moment. Cold iron ammunition might be useful. Yeah, we'll buy that one. Deal. And we will give that to Lann. And with that, I think we can go rest. The messenger returned. The tribes are gathering at the entrance to the maze. Our people have already gone there. I've warned Anevia and that old guy who won't even acknowledge me. Take your time, there is no rush. The most important people always show up late. Lann looks around. Everything's going to plan, but one thing is bothering me. Wenduag's gone. What do you think happened to Wenduag? Lann shakes his head. I don't know. She was always stubborn. Maybe she decided she could do it all on her own. I hope she comes back. We'll struggle without her, and she'll struggle without us, no matter how hard she'd try to deny it. What about Anevia and Horgus? Are we just going to leave them here? Well, once we've cleared the maze, the way ahead will be safe. Anevia is in no state to fight, and that Horgus guy, he doesn't look like he'll shift an inch unless we roll out a red carpet all the way to the exit. The point, Lann, point. All the tribes? So a whole army is marching on the maze then? By mongrel standards? Yes. But don't be too disappointed when you see the reality. There aren't many of us who can hold a weapon, and fewer still who can do any damage with one. Sorry, I managed to keep my microphone muted there, so I'll let you read that yourself. There were other passages, but they are far from here, and with all these earthquakes, who knows what condition they're in now. So our best bet is the maze. If it doesn't lead anywhere, then we can consider our next move. Some of these evil things are like, what? Let's go. There is no time to lose. Let's go. But before we do, thank you. I was so happy I forgot to thank you before, but you've done something no one else has done in a long time. You've given the mongrels hope. It's like we're starting to believe that we're worth something, now that we have the power of the angels on our side. Lann's face grows sullen. It won't change anything, of course, but at least you'll help us save the young ones. Hopefully. Let's go through the main gate. The straight road is the shortest. Let's see here. There is one other thing that they have added to the game, which I rather like. It's the photo mode. I'm not sure what key I used to actually take a screenshot with. Not sure why you would want to rotate the camera like that, but now I can actually take proper thumbnails for the videos without having to do weird things. Oh, I can have logos. Right. That doesn't even make sense. Stickers. Okay. Vignette. Depth of field. I don't really like that. Film grain. Yeah, that was just annoying to watch. Visual perception. Huh? Oh, that was disturbing. It would be nice if there was just a reset button, though. Skyboxes, okay. Weather. Right, okay, well done. I guess I can take a screenshot with the good old F12. Okay. Lann has a pet that I haven't leveled up. Bully, athletics, and perception on this guy. Furious Fall again. And this is going to be Quadrotus. And for this one, it's just skills, so moving on. And now we have one less party member because we don't have Wenduag, so let's have a look at this. Yeah. That seems fine. And we are going this way. Caves at the Shield Maze. Just going to check something that I am curious about whether they have fixed or not. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is urban. It definitely doesn't look urban to me. Is that a regular monitor lizard? Yes. No, don't move yet.
You won't survive me.
That was nice. Critical hit and everything. Did I miss anything back here? I don't think so, but... And here are the mongrels. Not exactly an army. The tribes are gathering. Soon we will attack. How long can we wait? The other tribes haven't turned up yet. We're going to wait for them. Just another while longer. Knowing Sull, the preparations will take the best part of a day. Let's go take a look at the maze ourselves and see what's what. Yes, but first of all, let's go have a look down here, because I remember that there are some enemies here.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
You can charge. And apparently kill it. Not sure. I think there's some centipedes here somewhere. Yeah, they're over there. Might be another fly, actually. The staggered thing is very annoying early on. Getting freedom of movement is definitely a priority thing.
The spirits demand your blood.
The light take you!
I don't think there's anything else here, really. Just those two flies, but I mean, it's some experience points. But I think this is a natural break point, really, and we'll go into the shield maze in the... I didn't intend to push that button, so some of you